A date has reportedly been set for the coronation of King Charles III. Bloomberg reports that the king is expected to be crowned on June 3 during a ceremony at Westminster Abbey. The publication said government officials, speaking on condition of anonymity, had revealed plans were afoot for a ceremony on that Saturday. For more royal family-related news and videos, check out Royal Family. However, discussions were reportedly ongoing about what days would become official holidays. A date has reportedly been set for the king's coronation. Credit, WPA Pool/Getty Images. It's widely believed the coronation will be a slimmed-down version of earlier ones, in line with Charles' plans for the monarchy as a whole. In fact, some believe there could be some major title changes ahead for some royals. Speaking to Fox News Digital, royal commentator Hilary Fordwich said Prince Andrew's daughters could lose their princess titles because of Andrew's controversial friendship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Unfortunately for Princesses Eugenie and Beatrice, their father's conduct has had rather an adverse and actually disastrous impact on their royal futures, Fordwich said. The princesses are most likely to become Lady Beatrice and Lady Eugenie since their father, Prince Andrew's, sexual assault scandal has purportedly poured ruin on their chances of becoming working royals. Retaining their titles is highly dubious because the decision, regarding their titles, is to be made by and with the new reign of their uncle, King Charles III, Fordwich added. Now, with King Charles III making British monarchy decisions, Charles is predicted to be making the use of titles more restrictive. London, England, September 19. Princess Beatrice of York and Princess Eugenie of York during the state funeral of Queen Elizabeth II at Westminster Abbey on September 19, 2022 in London, England. Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor was born in Bruton Street, Mayfair, London on April 21, 1926. She married Prince Philip in 1947 and ascended the throne of the United Kingdom and Commonwealth on February 6, 1952 after the death of her father, King George VI. Queen Elizabeth II died at Balmoral Castle in Scotland on September 8, 2022, and is succeeded by her eldest son, King Charles III. Photo by Samir Hussain/Wire Image, credit, Samir Hussain/Samir Hussain/Wire Image. Other titles still currently up in the air are those which Prince Harry's children were expected to receive. As the siblings are now grandchildren of the monarch, they had been expected to receive prince and princess titles. But according to Roya Nikha, the royal editor for The Times, Charles hasn't decided how Harry's children with wife Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, will be addressed. Harry and Meghan are understood to fear the king may strip Archie and Lilibet of their titles, after his reluctance immediately to recognize their elevated status after the Queen's death, Nikha wrote. Meanwhile, the king's official portrait for use on new coins has already been released by the Royal Mint. This is the first effigy featuring King Charles III. Credit, the Royal Mint. The Royal Australian Mint has confirmed that coins featuring King Charles III's portrait will be introduced in Australia in 2023. In a press conference following the Queen's passing, Royal Australian Mint CEO Lee Gordon confirmed that Australia would use the same effigy as had been endorsed by Buckingham Palace and the Royal Mint. In keeping with a tradition dating back centuries, where each monarch faces the alternate direction to their predecessor, the new portrait of King Charles III faces left, whereas Queen Elizabeth II faced to the right in previous coins. The all-new $2 coin that skyrocketed to $3,000 in value since the Queen died. The Royal Mint in the UK said the portrait, which was created by acclaimed sculptor Martin Jennings, had been personally approved by King Charles himself. I was delighted to hear that the king likes the image. He was very interested in it and responded very positively to it. It has been very gratifying to be involved in this important process, Jennings said on the Royal Mint's website. Acclaimed sculptor Martin Jennings created the new effigy. Credit, the Royal Mint. Jennings went on to say that he began his research by studying as many photographs of the king as he could. You collect as many photographic images of your subject as you can, he said. A close-up of the new King Charles III coin portrait. Credit, the Royal Mint. To present just one side of somebody's head, you have to understand how the head works in the round, so you examine all of these old photographs, then settle on just one or two that give you the optimal impression of the side of the head that you are modeling. The piece is modeled in plaster larger than the size of the coin, so about the size of a dinner plate. I worked by hand using tiny millimeters of material to model it. And eventually, once it is complete and cast in plaster, my original design can be digitally reduced so that the impression is the right size for a coin.